Have you ever watched your dog do something so strange that you could not help but laugh? Suddenly chewing grass loudly during a walk, staring at you with their head tilted as if trying to decode every word you say, spinning around awkwardly before lying down, or innocently sniffing the private area of a stranger in a completely embarrassing way. Most of us just smile and say, "Dogs are just weird." But what if you are wrong? What if those seemingly silly habits are not random at all? The shocking truth is, every weird action you have been ignoring is actually part of a silent language that your dog has been using their entire life. Dogs do not communicate the way we do. They cannot explain their emotions with words. Instead, they are talking to you through tiny actions, through primal instincts, and through familiar daily routines that we are too used to noticing their true meaning. Over many decades, behaviorists and veterinarians have quietly decoded these mysteries, and what they have discovered will give you goosebumps. Behind almost every weird behavior is a clear purpose, a survival instinct, an intense emotion, or an urgent message meant just for you. In today's video, we will uncover the truth behind 15 of the most mysterious dog behaviors from the perspective of psychology and behavioral science. The next time your dog does something strange, you will not just wonder what they are doing anymore. You will see exactly why. And a little warning, do not look away until we uncover the final behavior, because it is an action that millions of dog owners witness every single day. Yet 99% of us are completely misunderstanding what our pets truly want to say. Number 15. Why dogs eat grass. You are out on a walk or in the yard, and suddenly your dog bends down, starting to chew grass loudly like a miniature cow. This is one of the most common but also most frequently misunderstood behaviors. Many people assume that dogs only eat grass when they feel sick and want to vomit. But studies have shown that the majority of grass-eating dogs show no signs of illness beforehand and also do not vomit after eating. So, what is actually going on? Dogs are omnivores by nature, and grass can provide fiber, plant nutrients, or bring digestive benefits that they instinctively seek out. It is also thought to be an inherited behavior from their wild ancestors, species that regularly consumed the stomach parts of their prey, which included plant matter. In most cases, eating grass is completely harmless. The only important thing is, you must make sure that grass area has not been treated with pesticides or fertilizers, because they can be toxic to dogs. Number 14. Why dogs tilt their head. Rarely is anything more adorable than the moment a dog tilts their head to one side when you are talking to them. But this action is not merely to look cute. When tilting their head, they are actually trying to hear you more clearly. Dogs have flexible outer ears, which can be adjusted to receive sound better. Tilting the head helps them accurately pinpoint the location of the sound and filter out surrounding noises. Some researchers also believe that dogs tilt their heads to look at your face more clearly. The snout of a dog can actually obscure their lower field of vision, and tilting the head to one side helps shift the snout out of sight, allowing them to read your facial expressions most accurately. Dogs are exceptionally good at reading human emotions through the face, and tilting the head might be a part of how they do it. If your dog frequently tilts their head when you chat, it is a sign showing they are very focused, attentive, and trying their hardest to understand you. Number 13. Why dogs yawn. You might assume that dogs yawn for the same reason as humans, because they are sleepy. Sometimes that is true, but dogs also yawn as a calming signal, a form of non-verbal communication used to manage social tensions. When a dog feels stressed, uncomfortable, or wants to calm a potentially escalating situation, they will often yawn to signal to other dogs or humans that they have no intention of causing harm and want to keep everything peaceful. You will often see dogs yawn during vet visits, when approached by a stranger, or when the owner is talking to them in a strict tone. If you notice your dog yawning in situations completely unrelated to sleepiness, pay attention to the surrounding context. It is highly likely they are trying to tell you about their feelings at that moment. You can even try yawning back at them. Many dogs recognize it as a calming gesture and will respond in return. Number 12. Why dogs roll in smelly things. You just finished bathing your dog. They are smelling fresh and clean, yet just let them out for 5 minutes. They come back with a body covered in something extremely disgusting. Rolling around in strong and unpleasant scents is one of the most puzzling behaviors of dogs, and the leading theory brought forward is related to their wild ancestors. Wolves and wild dogs are thought to roll in strong smells to mask their own body scent when hunting, helping them approach prey more easily without being detected. Another theory suggests that, by rolling in an interesting scent, the dog is basically collecting a sample to bring back and share with the rest of the pack, a form of scent communication. Whatever the reason is, this behavior is deeply programmed in their instincts. That is why even the most well-trained dogs will surrender to temptation the very moment they find something truly smelly to roll in. Number 11. Why dogs dig. Dogs dig for many different reasons, and understanding which cause applies to your dog depends on the context. In the wild, dogs dig the dirt to bury food to save for later, create cool resting spots in hot weather, make dens for birthing, and to flush out small prey hiding underground. Domestic dogs still retain all these instincts. If your dog digs in a specific corner in the yard and seems to be burying toys or snacks, they are engaging in caching behavior, saving resources for the future. If they scratch shallow holes in the dirt or grass and then lie in them, they are creating a cool surface for themselves to rest on. And if they dig frantically and continuously near the fence, maybe they are trying to escape because they are too bored or frustrated. Dogs that do not get enough physical activity and mental stimulation will have a much higher risk of excessive digging as a way to release pent-up energy. Number 10. Why dogs sleep with open eyes. Yes, you heard that right. Some dogs sleep with their eyes partially open, and if you have ever witnessed this, it can truly startle you. But what you are actually seeing is not the surface of the eyeball. Dogs have a third eyelid, a pinkish membrane called the nictitating membrane, that sweeps across the eye when the dog is sleeping to keep it moist and protected. When the dog wakes up, this membrane will retract toward the inner corner of the eye. Some theories suggest that dogs evolved this ability as a survival adaptation. Sleeping, while looking like they are awake, can trick predators, making them think the dog is still alert and ready to react. Therefore, if your dog looks like they are staring at you with glazed, half-open eyes while sleeping soundly, do not panic. They are simply sleeping, and their third eyelid is doing its job well. Number 9. Why dogs pant. Most of the time, dogs pant to cool their bodies down. Unlike humans, dogs cannot regulate body temperature by sweating through the skin. They only have sweat glands on their paw pads, and that is not enough to cool the entire body. Instead, they pant. This helps circulate cool air through the body, evaporating water from the mouth, tongue, and upper respiratory tract, thereby releasing heat. Dogs can also pant when they feel stressed or anxious. You will often see this type of panting during vet visits, during thunderstorms, or when fireworks are going off outside. In these situations, panting is often accompanied by other signs of stress like yawning, whining, lip licking, or hiding. Panting is also a normal response to excitement. Meeting new people, expecting to go for a walk, or receiving a snack can all trigger this reaction. The key here is you must read the panting within the specific context, combining it with the rest of the body language of the dog. Number 8. Why dogs like to lick your face. Dogs lick the faces of the people they are attached to for a few reasons, rooted deep in their instincts. First, it is a submissive and affectionate gesture inherited from the behavior of wolves. Wolf pups lick the mouths of adult wolves to ask for food and show respect. When your dog licks your face, they are partly acting based on that instinct, or showing respect and affection for a person they consider a trusted authority figure. Licking faces is also a bonding behavior. It helps release endorphins in the dog brain, making them feel calm and connected. And of course, human faces often carry traces of food, sweat, and other interesting flavors that dogs find truly appealing. If your dog is a passionate face licker, they are almost certainly expressing love, although perhaps partly because your face has quite a tasty flavor. Number 7. Why dogs circle before going to the bathroom. Dogs circle before pooping for a few reasons. By spinning in circles before relieving themselves, your dog is ensuring that there are no hidden threats lurking in the grass. Going to the bathroom puts anyone in a vulnerable position, and if a dog is squatting, they cannot easily protect themselves. Circling allows them to survey the surrounding area and be certain that everything is safe before taking action. Marking territory with scent is another reason. Dogs have scent glands in their paws, so when they spin around and trample on the ground, they are leaving behind chemical messages for other dogs. Even more interestingly, researchers have also concluded that dogs like to align their bodies along the north and south magnetic axis of the Earth when defecating. Circling before going to the bathroom could be the dog effort to find that precise alignment. It sounds strange, but this data has been proven to be surprisingly consistent across many studies. Number 6. Why dogs bring toys to you. When you come home after a long day and the dog runs to greet you with a toy dangling in their mouth, it is easy to think they simply want to play, and sometimes that is the truth. But usually there is a deeper meaning behind this action. A dog bringing a toy to their owner is a form of gift-giving, a behavior originating from the pack mentality of their ancestors. In a pack, sharing resources is a sign of trust and affection. Bringing a toy to you is their way of welcoming you, showing you how happy they are to see you, and offering you something valuable. Some dogs do this because they have learned that showing off a toy will get a positive reaction from their owner, like praises, attention, or a game, and they repeat it to get the reward. Whatever the reason may be, a dog that greets you with a toy is a dog that is truly overjoyed when you return home. Number 5. Why dogs sniff the sensitive areas of humans. Dogs sniff human crotches for the same reason they sniff each other behinds. This area concentrates a lot of apocrine glands, the same type of glands found near a dog tail, releasing pheromones carrying detailed social information. When a dog sniffs this area on someone, they are trying to gather information about that individual, including age, gender, health condition, and emotional state. Humans might find this behavior embarrassing or rude, but to a dog, it is simply a direct and effective way to collect information about someone new. People who just had sexual intercourse, women who are menstruating or pregnant, and individuals experiencing high stress or illness often attract this attention more because the amount of pheromones they release is higher. The best way to stop this behavior is to calmly redirect your dog instead of reacting in panic, because an agitated reaction can actually reinforce that behavior. Number 4. Why dogs expose their belly in front of you. In most cases, belly exposing behavior in dogs shows trust and acceptance. When your dog rolls around and shows their belly to you, it is a sign showing they feel completely safe around you and comfortable enough to expose one of the most vulnerable areas on their body. But belly exposing behavior can also carry a completely different meaning. A dog may roll on its back as a display of submission to avoid conflict, not because they want a belly rub, but because they are trying to appease a perceived threat. In nature, members of a wolf pack will adopt this submissive posture to reduce social tension and show they are not a challenging threat. To know if your dog is showing trust or submission, look at their whole body. A dog feeling safe will have a loose, relaxed posture with a gently wagging tail. A dog displaying submissive appeasement will often look tense, stiff, or show other signs of anxiety. Petting a dog in the second scenario can actually make them more anxious instead of making them feel secure. Number 3. Why dogs keep following you everywhere. There are very clear scientific and behavioral reasons behind the tendency of dogs to follow their owners from one room to another. Over thousands of years of domestication, humans have selectively bred dogs for companionship and cooperation. These animals evolved from wolves, which lived in tightly knit packs, and that social instinct did not disappear at all. It was simply redirected toward humans. The dog follows you closely because you are their pack, and being near you brings a natural and safe feeling. Positive reinforcement also plays an important role. If being near you regularly brings them affection, snacks, games, or exciting activities like walks, the dog will quickly learn that being beside you is an incredibly reliable source of good things. Especially, puppies often strongly imprint on their caregivers, viewing them as parental figures and instinctively following them around. And of course, on the most basic level, a dog that follows you everywhere is a dog that loves you and simply wants to be wherever you are. Number 2. Why dogs take your spot. You stand up from your armchair or your familiar spot on the sofa, and by the time you come back, your dog has blatantly claimed the entire spot and is looking at you with a completely satisfied expression. Dogs steal your seat primarily because of the warmth and scent you leave behind. Your body warms up any surface you sit on, and dogs are always drawn to warm resting places. Your scent also lingers on the seat cushion, and being surrounded by your scent brings comfort and reassurance to a dog that is attached to you. This action also carries a social element. Dogs with a pack mentality really love being in close contact with objects and locations associated with their family members. Sitting in your spot is a way for them to maintain a connection with you, even when you are not there. Some dogs also do this intentionally to prompt you to sit down next to them when you return, and from their perspective, that is a wonderful outcome. Number 1. Why dogs eat snow. In the majority of cases, dogs eat snow simply because they are thirsty. Winter brings very dry air, and dogs lose a significant amount of moisture in their bodies through their breath and panting. Before dogs were domesticated, their ancestors in cold climates often had to rely on eating snow to stay hydrated when liquid water was not available. Eating snow is an instinctual behavior, passed down through generations by genetics. If you think your dog water bowl is still full, remember that dogs often prefer to drink fresher and cleaner water. Freshly fallen snow can look much more appealing than a bowl of water that has been sitting there for hours. Dogs also eat snow just because they like it. Snow is soft, cold, and unpredictable to catch, and many dogs feel truly delighted when snapping at and eating it. As long as the snow is clean, eating snow in moderate amounts is generally safe. The main danger comes from patches of snow that might have been contaminated by antifreeze, road salt, or other chemicals, which can cause serious harm to dogs, so let them enjoy it. But remember to keep an eye on where they are eating snow from. So, there you have the answer. 15 bizarre behaviors of dogs have been thoroughly explained. Dogs are fascinating and complex animals, and every behavior they exhibit has a reason behind it. The more you understand what your dog is trying to communicate, the stronger your bond with them will become, and the more spiritual value it will bring. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and leave a comment below, sharing with us the strangest thing your dog has ever done. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel so you do not miss our next video.